Hello, and welcome to the Humans Only podcast with your host, Jake the Human.
All right. First of many great, amazing podcasts. One of the century, and one that has two great people on it today. Myself, Jake the Human. This is the Humans Only podcast. Yeah, it's gonna be spectacular. It's gonna be a new road built to space for humans only. But yeah, today I have my great friend. He goes by Anonymous Monkey. I've known him for a while. We went to high school together. But here's my buddy Brendan.
How you doing today, Jake?
Good. It was actually interesting day.
It was actually a very interesting day today.
It's good you're here. I'm happy that we were able to get this going. And I know, so bear with us. This first one. Audio's not going to be the best. You might hear a little bit of an echo. But, all things that are great don't start great,
Bear with everything. This is a humans only podcast, so
We're only human.
Obviously, with human, you're gonna have some errors right in the beginning. This is no robots, no aliens, humans only.
Humans only.
Humans only.
I can't do it as well.
All right, so just to start off anything, if you don't mind if I take the floor, but
I mean, you can borrow it.
okay, I'll borrow it. My name is the Anonymous Monkey. I've once, like he said, we've known each other since high school, and we actually used to live down the street from each other and didn't know that for a while.
Yeah, for like what, was it grade 11?
Yeah.
And then we were started hanging out, and I think, keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. We started hanging out a lot, and we knew each other in high school since grade 9, but we never really.
Yep.
We never really hung out or talked or did anything much.
No,
We had a lot of mutual friends, but we never really talked too much. And then kind of built our friendship more at the end of grade 10 and starting in grade 11. I moved in down the street and started hanging out at each other's houses, and we actually came up with the idea for podcasting a long time ago, but we never went through with it.
Yeah, we definitely always want to do something together, like podcast or stream or something.
Yeah, so right now we're both trying to, with this whole thing going on right now, obviously, if this makes it to YouTube or anything like that, you can't talk about what's going on right now. So you can't really say the name of it, but everybody knows what's going on. If you don't, then you're probably not a human.
Yeah, and this is, humans only podcast, so,
If you're not a human, you gotta leave. I'm sorry.
he said it first, folks.
But I know it sounds because my name's the Anonymous Monkey, but I am in fact a human. I passed the human test on every single thing I sign up for online. So, I'm not a robot and I'm not actually a monkey.
Yeah, it all checked out. So I thought, why not?
Well, let me start off by saying thank you for having me on your very first stream.
Oh, no problem.
I know this is your thing. This is your stream. Not stream, podcast. This is your podcast, and this is your thing that you're starting. So I'm assuming you're gonna have more than just me on here. And
I mean, it's just me right now. I might have a co-host or something, but
I mean, hey, if the torch lands in my lap, I might burn up a little bit, but
all right, hear that, folks? One like on this podcast, and he'll be my co-host.
there we go. One like on this podcast, I'll be the co-host. I'm in. Another little side note, I was gonna plug it at the end. I might actually plug it at the end as well, but I am a streamer on Twitch. So if you search up twitch.tv / _Anonymous Monkey. I know it's kind of a long one, but just go on Twitch, _Anonymous Monkey. That's all my stuff. I'm a gamer on there and post a lot of content. I'm up to 30 followers on there. I'm getting up to affiliate soon.
Good for you.
Thank you very much. And I put a lot of hard work into it. So if you want to have some fun, join the stream, hang out, and I'll be on the podcast too.
Yeah, and then if you guys had trouble getting that, I'll have it in the description of this video. You can go check out his stream it in his Instagram. I'll have the links down there.
You're such a nice human.
Aren't we all?
No, not a lot of us. But that's alright, because that's what humans do.
Oh well. Yeah. What do you? You said you were playing
I'm playing
simulators.
right now, like, I'm playing a lot of simulators. I'm really addicted to them, and right now, currently, this will be my third day going on a 4-hour stream of Drug Dealer Simulator. And to a lot of people, if you're watching the podcast, you're like, that sounds stupid. It's such a fun game. Just like the drugs that you sell in the game, it's a super addicting game to play. And
That's a good motto.
honestly, you'd fall in love with it. I met the dev of the WikiLeak. He writes. He's the beta tester for the game. He writes the WikiLeak for it and everything. So, if you come over to my stream at some point, ask for anything. Like, say for instance, you're playing the game. Hop in the stream, ask for the link. I'll put it right in the stream for you, right in the chat. But that's about it for my streaming right now. I'm playing a bunch of games, and most of them happen to be simulators. I'm working on becoming Grand Champ in Rocket League. So I'm currently Platinum 2. This is my second season actually playing, and I have almost 600 hours into the game.
Wow. Platinum overall, right?
Platinum overall.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
For people that don't know, in Rocket League, there's like a bunch of different modes, but in order to get that overall good rating, you have to be platinum. Like, it'd be like platinum in duos, solos.
So what it is you can get platinum in one specific thing, and as long as you win the amount of games that it wants you to, so you have to win 10 games in each ranking. So you win 10 games as bronze, silver, gold, platinum, so on and so forth. I've won up to 10 games in platinum, so now my overall ranking is platinum. It doesn't matter what I am in any other game mode. As long as I'm platinum in one of them and I'm winning games as a platinum, then I will get that overall platinum ranking.
Okay, that's cool. I didn't know that. I thought you had to be like platinum for like every single category, and then you would get like the overall platinum.
Oh no, I'm gold 1 in 1v1s. And what is it? I think I'm like silver in hoops. I'm not very good at hoops.
Hoops. I never really played basketball too much when I was never good at hoops.
No, I was never really too good at it anyway, but yeah, it's fun. It's super fun. But Mr. Jake the Human, take the floor and tell us what games you play.
Oh, honestly, I've just a lot of like Warzone, and then Last of Us 2, of course. Haven't beat it. I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. If you have an Xbox, go get a PS4 and play Last of Us 1 and 2.
That's what humans do.
It's only what humans do. Well, humans like Xbox too,
Yeah, but
but not.
not like real humans. Nah, I'm just messing with the Xbox community. I have an Xbox. I mean, it's not a big deal. I just don't play my Xbox as much as I do on my PC. Actually, Mr. Jake over here, he's the one that got me into PC. He's begged me for years.
Okay, yeah, anyone. Because a lot of it's like, I think, yeah, what a lot of people think, like when they're like, oh, what's better, PS4, Xbox 3, or Xbox or PC? But it's just like, well, PC's like way above here. Like, it's not even compared, because a lot of people are comparing the prices, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and
you just buy like a PlayStation for a couple $100 and play your games nice, and then but like, yeah, people usually poop on PC because of the price. Also, mouse and keyboard. I mean, hey, if you want, you just plug a
yeah, you could
controller.
obviously plug the controller into your computer and play any game that you use mouse and keyboard for on a computer. Majority of games that are on computer support support controller.
One what's cool, actually, I forgot about.
What's that?
I was watching this, what is it? I think it's this one channel, Quarter Digital.
Okay.
But they had this book. They found this book, I think, somewhere in like a third world, or I don't know, I forget where they found this book, but it's games to play by yourself in your head. And I just thought, I mean, I haven't even read that, but like I just remembered that right now. I think that's actually a really cool idea, though.
That is
I
a
just
cool
remember
idea.
They said they were like just trying to like go through it and find the best games and make their own version of it.
Okay.
But like, I think that'd be something really cool to try. Like, how Can you think of I can't think of.
I can't think of a game to play in my head. I obviously, like, when you're younger, your parents tell you, "Oh, count sheep to go to sleep." But like, I don't really think there's like an actual game that I can play in my head. Like, if
I
I'm
guess a lot of it's just like, you just gotta make. I don't know, because I wonder if there's like guidelines, like when you're reading the book, and it's just like, oh, you can only think about if this happens, then you have to. I don't know.
Okay,
you know,
see,
I
that
think
makes-
I might give it a whirl.
that makes sense. The way it was working in my head, the way it was like that whole process of you explaining what was going on, it was like you were playing an actual game in your head, like you would on a PlayStation or Xbox or something, but it would be like a game specifically designed, like the Oregon Trail, you know,
That's
like that
literally- it's
old
like
game.
the Oregon Trail, but for like your head.
Yeah, so I guess it would take a lot of practice and a lot of memorizing. I'm assuming it would, because my brain does not work very well. I mean, I may be 22 years old, but my brain is not very good. I'll forget what I had for breakfast this morning, and matter of fact, I did forget what I had for breakfast this morning. I don't even know. I don't even know if I had breakfast this morning. But like,
Time has no value.
it's, well,
Well,
there,
okay,
there
maybe
is
that's-
a point
maybe
to that
that's not
though.
the-
There is a point to that. Like time, yes, of course it does have a value, but really, what is its value? What is time's value?
Existence. It's a measure of existence.
That's all it is.
I don't know how much further I can. Yeah. I don't know.
It's
World's hourglass.
everything's measured by time, but like,
Imagine having no sense of time, like a dog. If that's
yeah,
even true.
like an animal. So they say they have no sense of time, and
I
they
think-
live their best lives.
I won't lie. I find not being at school, because think about this. When we have our school day, right? It starts at like 8:45 or 9, and then we usually are done. But like most schools, you're like 9 to 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
But everything's split up into like 45-minute increments, and you're doing something different, like each one of those increments, right?
Yeah,
And then sometimes I think that just gives you like a gauge on time more, because you're always paying attention. Oh, how long's this class? Oh, and then you have 5 minutes in between class to like get to your locker and then go to your next class.
yeah,
But I definitely think that has like an effect on people who just go from school to just like work, rinse, repeat. But like, just, you know what I mean?
yeah. No, I definitely like.
Because like when we go to work, it's just you work, you have your break, you finish work, and then you go home. But you're doing the same thing like the whole time.
Yeah, and a big thing about going from school straight to work, like I did. I went from school straight to a moving company, and that moving company, it went like I had 8-hour days to 16-hour days. It didn't really matter. It was depending on who we were moving, and we didn't really have a set time to stop.
Yeah.
Right? So going straight from I know I start at this time and I know I leave at this time to I know I start at this time and I don't know what time I leave. It really messes and distorts time for you, because you can't make plans with people, you can't do anything like that. Like in school, you see all your friends. You go to school, you see your friends, and you're just there. You're talking to your friends, and okay, so right after school, around 4 o'clock, we'll go and do this. Or around 5 o'clock, we'll go and do this. And if you're working, and say for instance, like Jake and I over here, before this whole thing started and we had all of our hours at work and everything like that, Jake would message me, okay, you free today? No, I'm working. I'd message him, you free? You want to play some games? No, I'm working. And it's just a vicious cycle of work.
Remember, did you ever have this when you were younger? It's just like, nah, you can't have fun, like, not like that, but like, everything's a lot more last minute now.
Oh, it really is.
Like, yeah, it's like, are you available right now? Yes, like, or no. But like, it used to be, we're all in the same schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, but Brendan's got like hockey practice on these days. I got karate on these days. I don't even know where I'm going with this, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's true,
yeah,
because
just having so many different things definitely helps your time.
yeah, like especially if you're into after school, like after school programs or something like that, or you do something after you get off of work or after you get off school, it definitely sorts your time better, because
Also, your brain.
Yeah.
Your brain's a muscle.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like, it's not like we're not literally doing nothing, but I just mean because those were all different, like different things we were thinking about. Like we had all different subjects, but then now it's the same subject every day. It's just life, you know.
Yeah, you have things to do or you don't have things to do. Life, it just kind of, like, for instance, today, okay? So we'll talk a little bit about today.
Yeah, let's get into the today.
So, for me, my morning, okay? Like I said, I don't remember if I even ate breakfast this morning because my brain sucks, but
You ate today,
that's
though.
beside the point. I did eat today. Jake made us some very nice steak subs with some French fries and green beans. It was very good. But this morning, I woke up. I drove my fiance to work because her work's open, but mine isn't.
Congratulations, by the way, once again.
Well, thank you very much.
This man
Um,
is getting married.
I drove her to work. I went home and I was gonna sit on my computer and start playing games, but since I don't have a PlayStation that physically works right now, I sit down on my couch and turn on my TV, go to YouTube, and start watching a playthrough of The Last of Us. Right? I do want to keep caught up on the game. I played the first one. I loved it. It was a fantastic game.
Second one's
And now the second one comes out. The visuals itself, you'll be stuck for hours just looking at it.
oh my. Okay. I think someone could literally make a professional job out of just keeping all the characters out of the. Because like when you're doing the photo mode, you can take characters out.
Yeah.
You could spend like your entire like life just taking pictures in The Last of Us 2.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's how insane. Because you can change the depth of field and everything. Like it's literally like all the camera settings on the
Yeah,
camera.
you could definitely take the pictures and send them to your see this is a plus side of having a PC, by the way, is if
oh my god, yeah, I can
if-
put them on Lightroom.
yeah, if
Fucking-
you're in photo mode on that, right? You take a photo, you transfer the photo from the game to another screen on your PC or another app on your PC, and you can adjust it to the way you like it. You can actually take that photo and put it anywhere so easily. I know with console you can do the same thing, and that's because I did the same thing with console. I used to post pictures on Facebook of different things in Grand Theft Auto when it first came out because I thought that game was beautiful.
Man, we played so much of that game.
We played way too much of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, to the point where like we've returned to it like a whole handful of times. Right?
Yeah. I've recently re-downloaded it, but I haven't played it because I'm so stuck into my stream games right now and like trying to advance off stream. So
Stream. You streaming tonight?
I am. Yeah.
Yes. What time?
Probably 8:30.
8:30. Well, I mean, this podcast will probably be out past that, but
Well, if you do want to catch the stream, I
go
mean,
catch the stream, guys.
I do have
Anonymous Monkey on Twitch.
I do have a schedule.
Or if you're already listening to this and you saw the link from my Instagram, you'll find a link. to
You'll
his
find
account.
you'll find a link directly to my account, and then
Don't
just
worry,
go to
we'll help
the
you find them.
go to the about section. Go to the about section in the stream, and then just look at my schedule, and you'll have it all right there for you.
But yeah, today was interesting because yesterday we were playing this podcast, and then I called you this morning. I was like, oh, because it was a decent day. Yeah, we went swimming with our buddies.
Yep, everybody came over to your grandmother's, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a nice, good swim.
Everybody came over to your grandmother's. We all went for a swim.
Played Marco Polo.
We played a lot of Marco Polo. I was it a lot, and I did not like that.
That's okay. Did you have fun?
I did. I had
That's
a lot
all
of
that
fun.
matters.
Okay. First day I met Jake's grandfather, that's the first thing he said to me. I got his leather seats in his car all wet, and water ruins leather. And I was sitting on that seat for a good 15 minutes while he was driving us back to Jake's house. And I apologized for getting water all over his seat with my wet, soaked swimming trunks. And he looks at me and says, "Did you have fun?" Well, yeah. And he's like, "Well, that's all that matters then." He said, "Seat doesn't matter. You had fun. That's all that matters." That was the first time I met him, and I was like, he reminds me exactly of what my grandfather used to say. So immediately I fell in love with his grandfather.
Good people. Good grandpas all around.
Grandpas are the best. Grandmothers are amazing.
everybody shout out to all the grandmas, the grandpas, the moms, the dads.
Yeah, especially like everybody that's in your family. Even if you don't get along with people, that's fine. Eventually, you will end up talking to them, and you could build a relationship. You could not. Obviously, nobody's going to tell you what to do with your life. Everybody has their own problems and families and everything like that. Like even personally, I have problems in my family. Like it's not a big deal. But oh, look at that! Somebody just went live on Twitch. It wasn't me.
Can you, please
Of course,
turn
of
that
course.
off?
Of course, I can turn that off. But yeah, so let's finish up the story of
Oh,
today
yeah,
right now.
Don't worry, folks. This story, we're trying to get to something. Oh, I guess not that juicy. Oh.
Well, it was a
All right, here I'll start off.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had fun. We're doing flips and stuff. We were at the pool for like an hour and a bit, and then our friend Keegan and his girlfriend and that they had to go do some stuff at their house because they're someone's waiting for them. Anyway, we were all leaving, and then Brendan and I are the last people to leave, and then we're like in his car, and then my grandma comes up and she's like, Sophie's gone. So my grandma has these 2 Cocker Spaniels, and then one's Sophie, a little smaller one, and then Charlie, he's the older guy. But Sophie, very small, little, timid dog, and also Cocker Spaniels, great little dogs.
Oh, I've had many Cocker Spaniels. I love them.
But yeah, she's never ran away before, and then right when we were about to leave, my grandma's like, oh, she's gone. And then we're just like, so yeah, we start like looking around and that. Brendan was nice enough, he had his car there, he's driving us around trying to find her. And then we go down the street, and then like one person's outside, and then like I don't know anyone in this neighborhood. This is like my grandma's neighborhood, and then she's just like, oh, what are you guys looking for? And it's just like, oh, the dog and then Sophie. And then it's so funny because I know my grandma's like a outgoing person, like she'll talk to her neighbors and that.
She's very
it's
well
like,
known in her
she's
community.
like, I'm like, Sophie, and then they're like, Lori's Sophie? Oh my god. And then like this happened like 3 times, and then next thing we know, we got we got 3 neighbors driving around.
Yeah, at least half the neighborhood looking for this dog.
Half the neighborhood.
And it happened within
Might
like
be a little
15
exaggerated,
minutes. No, but it's
yeah, it was
seriously
funny.
though, like
Yeah.
like how
Actually,
many
yeah, everyone who looked at it, sorry.
how many neighborhoods do you know out there that if you told your neighbor, my dog just ran away, have you seen him? They would most likely say, oh, I haven't seen him, and then go back to their normal day stuff, which is not a bad thing, which is not saying that these people are bad, but the people that go over and above and say, I'll help you find her.
Yeah,
You
all
know,
these
like,
people-
do you want me to hop in my car and go and look for her? Like, these people took no time just hopping in their
didn't
car
even
and
think
going.
about it.
No, not even a second.
I
It
love
surprised
that.
me because like neighborhood I live in, a lady's lost a cat, and I have 2 cats at home. I'd probably be pretty pissed off if I lost my cats, but she lost her cat, and I'm still looking for the cat. Like, this was about a week ago. The cat's been missing, so either she's found him and just hasn't taken down the signs, or he's somewhere else. But that aside, we all went looking for this dog. It ended up being like 4 or 5 streets away. Now, this is a timid dog.
Oh. Yeah,
you
super
can tell.
timid. Yeah, what? Yeah, so like 5 blocks away or something?
Yeah, at least 5 blocks away from the house.
Oh yeah, and we didn't even find her, by the way, at first, because we were looking, and then I was coming back up to my grandma's house because I went like super long around the block, and then I got a phone call from Brendan, and he told me they found her. But the way they found her is like with like 10 minutes before, 15 minutes before, or whatever, someone put like an ad on Facebook, and literally within like 15 minutes they found her, and then she was brought back.
Yeah.
But I was more fathomed that like I don't know what I
That a
was more fathomed she made
Facebook post found the dog.
that quick.
Yeah, that quick. And 5 blocks away. Now, remember, this is a timid dog. This is a dog that if a car comes down the street, it doesn't chase it. It runs into a bush and hides. So
Yeah.
5 blocks away finding this dog. Like, this dog went on a walk today.
Yeah. Yeah, and the funny part is I was trying to backtrack like where my grandma walks the dog, and then she's like, I take him a different way every time.
so there's
It's
no
always
guarantee
like, wow.
of where the dog's gonna be. And then when we ended up finding the dog, on the street, like the street that was said that we found the dog on, these people were like, well, actually, his grandmother said to me, she's, well, I walk her down there sometimes, and I'm just, oh, okay, so it was on one of the walk paths, one of the many that apparently she has.
Yeah.
I'm surprised though, like, in between that stuff, there's some. I mean, it's off to the left and right side, but you can definitely hear the cars, like the busy streets. And I'm surprised that she made it that far. And I'm surprised that a family ended up picking her up and finding her. And
I'm just wondering like how that dog traverses, because like whenever I go to my grandma's house, the second she spots like I find it's usually like males. Like if she's there with just a couple friends or just my sister or something, like she's not that afraid. But then once a certain amount of people come, like she'll just run away all the way down the hallway to the very far back room and hide under the bed.
yeah, and even you were saying that if it's just you and your grandmother, she'll sometimes
She'll
hide,
run-
and
oh
she'll.
no, she every time she won't
Every
come
time?
near me.
She won't at all?
The other dog, Charlie Waffles.
Oh, he came right up to me today.
Oh, he loves.
Just
and
loves people. Just loves humans.
Mega. And how great is it, everyone, that everyone can now get their dogs groomed, and I noticed everyone's dog's
fantastic.
freshly groomed.
I need to be groomed. Like, look at
Yeah.
my fucking hair, man.
Yeah,
like,
you know what? Same here. Actually, I don't think I've had a hair. I think the last haircut I had, Sleep Cheap.
really.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow, that's been a while.
I think that was the last time I got a hair.
I think the last time I got a haircut was just before all this started. So my hair has been growing out quite a bit, and I need to get it cut off because, like, man, my hair, it's not that I don't shower. I shower every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the main thing, is my hair is just naturally greasy, right? It gets very greasy very fast. I don't have to do much.
How often do you wash your hair?
See, the grease in your hair is good for your hair, right? It keeps it silky, right?
But
So-
it can go into overdrive.
It can go into overdrive if you leave it
That
for
might
too
be
long.
happening.
But the main thing I do is I do shower every day, but I don't wash my hair every day. I wash my hair every other day. and- That's
I was looking at, you know what? It's funny you're saying this, because I've literally just started to like pay attention to like when I'm washing my hair and that, and I was looking up today. Apparently, you can condition your hair every day, because conditioning it's just hydrating your hair. Like, I
Okay,
didn't
yeah, it
understand,
doesn't get
like,
rid of the
shampoo's
grease or
just straight,
anything.
like washing, getting all the oils out. But like conditioner actually is just like rehydrating it, so you can do that every day. Just the conditioner.
See, now my fiance has conditioner at home. I don't use conditioner. Well, I use like
You leave it
a
in?
2-in-1 kind of thing. But with the shampoo, like I'll wet my hair, put the shampoo on, and then wash my body, and then rinse out the shampoo.
That's
Right?
exactly what I did. Yeah, my dad taught me that. He was like, wash your hair first, because your hair's literally a loofah sponge.
Yeah.
And you just usually that's the first quick wash, and I'll still take my loofah.
Well, I don't know if it's just me. Okay, does anybody else do this? Like anybody comment on this or anything like that? Is it just me? But do people, when they take the soap off of the shelf or whatever, the hanger or whatever you have it on, if it's in a bottle, do you wash it off before you use it?
The bottle?
Yeah. I wash off the bottle before I use it. It's like an OCD thing. I know it's not specifically OCD, but I wash off the bottle every time before I use it,
Like
just
a dirty bottle
subconsciously.
once?
No, it's not even that. It's
know.
just I've done it since I was a kid. Like when I was taking baths and stuff, and my mom would like wash my hair when I was a child, right? I would take the bottle before she put the shampoo in my hair, and I would dunk it under the water and then hand it back to her. I've done it since I was like 4 years old,
Wow, you still keep doing it.
and I still do it. It's subconscious now.
That's so weird, man. I used to have. I don't know. I used to have like really OCD about certain things, like the back door. I checked the back door like twice every night before I went to bed, or at least once. That was my thing. Before I went to bed every night, I checked the front and back door. But Definitely don't do that as much, but now that I just said that, I have to do that more because now everyone on this podcast knows.
Everybody on this podcast knows you may not know where we live, but you know that I have a back door.
Yes, and I don't. I always check it.
No, I do because I stream until late at night. Usually, I don't know, probably 11 to 12 o'clock at night is when I'll end my stream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Depending on if I'm watching another stream at a certain time. And tonight I am watching a stream at 12:30. I'm not gonna plug his stream, obviously, because not mine. But I'm watching a stream tonight at 12:30, and my stream's gonna end at 12. So, it's just like I have this routine at the end of my night where I finish streaming, I get up, I walk to my door through the kitchen, which I can't do anymore because I put a partition on my second door to my kitchen, the second entrance. So now I gotta walk around the other side, make sure my door's locked, turn off all the lights with the Google, right? I'll just yell at my Google, tell it to turn off all the lights, and then I'll go into my bedroom, turn off my light with my phone, and then I'll lay down. But before I lay down and get comfortable and everything, I have to make sure everything's in the right order, everything's specifically where it's supposed to be. My microphone for my streaming has to be up on an angle, like a 90-degree angle, and my headset has to be on the charging dock. My whole entire PC setup is just, it's not a toy to me. It's basically everything that I have. Everything that's in my apartment, my fiance owns. It's all hers. It's all her stuff.
It's like your desk is yours.
My desk is mine, and even that could be argued to be hers because she bought the desk for me. I told her I wanted an L-shaped desk when I was when we first started dating. I told her I wanted an L-shaped desk, and she says, "Okay, well, we'll see what happens in the future." She buys me an L-shaped desk. I ended up building my PC. I bought all of that. All my PC parts, everything.
PC Master Race.
PC, obviously, Master Race.
PC. PC. I don't know.
I'm trying to do.
PC Master Race.
PC.
It's an inhale.
PC Master Race. No, it's just like I can do it. It's just sometimes I'll crack on certain. Like,
Yeah.
If I can hit the right pitch, but yeah.
Well, that's how it was with me when I first started to do it too. Is that I would it wouldn't sound perfect, and I would just keep doing it until it did, and then I would crack when I would do it too, and I still crack when I do it. But so since we were on the topic of a lost dog, I have a great story for you.
We went from shampoo, a lost dog, to shampoo, to doors, to nighttime routines.
Yeah, to
Here we
every
are
time
again.
routines, and here we are again, back to dogs and lost animals. So my story starts out very easily. We have our first cat, Jackson. We used to live in this basement apartment. We always left one specific window in the living room kind of cracked open, and it had a metal screen on it. There was no way anything was getting in or out. Well, Jackson apparently, I think he saw another animal outside, and he is not one to be shy. If something comes near his house, he will go after it. So what he did was he must have pushed out the screen, and then he he pushed out the screen, and he took off. So my girlfriend at the time, woke me up and said, "We gotta go and get him." What do you mean? It's 6 a.m.
He's escaped.
And she's like, "We gotta go and get him." Now, mind you, this was an outdoor cat before we got him. Okay, like the previous owner, he couldn't keep him because his daughter was allergic to cats, and his daughter recently just like fully moved in with him, so he couldn't keep the cat. He was very upset to let it go because it was his child, basically. It was his other child, and so he gave him to me, and he knew I'd take good care of him, which I have. I've had him for 2 years now, and he's not fat, but he's got some meat on his bones. So he got out of the house. She wakes me up at 6 a.m., We gotta go and get him. Who the fuck do we have to go and get? Why are you waking me up this early? I don't even work today. Well, we gotta go and get the cat. What the fuck are you talking about? He pushed out the screen. Okay, you should have said all of this immediately. So we went looking for him. I took the main roads because obviously she fell in love with this cat the minute we got him, right? And I can deal with things better than she can emotionally. So I told her, check the side streets, check the yards, see if he's around, bring the treats with you, shake him. I'll go check the main areas, the main roads, because if anything were to happen to him, like, upsettingly, if he were to be hit by a car or something like that, I'd rather me find him than her, you know?
Yeah.
So luckily, nothing happened to him, and I told her, I said, you know what, let's go back inside. He was an outdoor cat when we originally started with him. He's been here for months. Like, I mean months now. So, he knows where to come to sleep and he knows where to come to get food. I go home, I lay back down, I go back to sleep. 20 minutes later, she wakes me up. He's back! He's back in the house!
Jack's back.
Jack's back in the house. I'm like, okay. I told you he'd come back. I'm so happy. And then, that kind of brought my mood up. She was really upset. She was really depressed about this. So I was happy that she was happy. And we brought him back inside. We closed off the window, put the screen back on, and that was it for him. But I mean, there's a difference between cats and dogs, obviously. If a dog goes off running somewhere, he's not coming back until he does what he wants to do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And a cat's just...
Sophie just wanted to go for a run.
Yeah, she just wanted to go for a run about 5 blocks away.
Help. Actually, I'm curious to, like, how easily the people, like, picked her up, because I even thought myself, like, once we find her, like, I'm gonna have to chase her because she's afraid of me.
Yeah. And see, that was a thing for me too. It was like if she's so afraid of everything, especially like even you, right? Like how are you gonna get her? How are you gonna pick her up? But it didn't matter in the end. And we were like, I was trying to reassure his grandmother, like, I've had dogs in the past and they've ran away from the house or they've gotten out of the house, like the dogs escaped from the house. And it's not like I keep the dogs in the house all the time. Like, I used to breed boxers, and we would take the puppies outside when they were fine to go outside and train them just to, hang out in the backyard, walk around in the backyard. We didn't have a fence up or anything, but they were fine. But there's always that one dog, and I told his grandmother this. I said, there's always that one dog that wants to go on an adventure. And I told her about my brother's dog. Brother lived in this kind of like smaller area, and he left for work. Well, his fiance left the back door open, and the gate was cracked open a little bit. From when he left for work, he forgot to close it. The dog got out of the house, went out the gate, and 3 hours later, my brother's home. He needs to find his dog. Like, he's looking everywhere for his dog. It's his daughter, basically. He calls his dog his daughter. Well, he calls his dog dogter. But
Man's best friend.
exactly. But he lost his dog. She came back 3 hours later, completely soaked. You know what she did? She jumped in the canal and went for a swim, and then worked her way back home.
They just want to be free.
They just want to be free. They just want to go out and they want to do things.
Imagine that if if dogs came and went as they pleased, like people, like they just opened the door. Like everyone had to set up so like the dog could just open the door by themselves, but like they just come in and out when they please. They have like a tap key in their paw or something. They can just tap in and
They
out.
just tap and the door just automatically
You
opens.
just see dogs everywhere.
Yeah,
That'd be crazy.
that would be awesome.
Then
Though.
you'd have people like just, oh, there's a good dog.
Yeah, there's a good dog. I'll bring that one home. Yeah. Humans aren't always good, but there's a lot.
It's weird. It's like we love dogs so much, but at the same time, we do kind of like technically keep them like. But then again, it's not like the dog's gonna go live in a forest.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, if a dog grew up inside of a house, right? If it wasn't bred outside of the house, outside in like a big foresty area, the dog's instincts are going to change. You're not going to have a completely wild dog that was raised in a house. You know what I mean? Like peeing on pads and going to the bathroom on pads. And just imagine this dog out in the forest like a little puppy out in the forest. It's going to go where it pleases, obviously, but it's not going to know what to do. It's not going to know how to survive. Just like a person. People used to grow up without houses, right? Like I'm talking about like prehistoric times, right? People didn't have houses. We had huts and stuff like that. But even before that, people were born outside. You know what I mean? And we were born, and you fend for yourself. You live in a small community, and you're either a hunter or a gatherer. And that's how it all
Who
started.
would you consider yourself?
What would I consider myself?
Yeah. What do you think you would be if you?
If I was in that times, if I was in those times,
Yeah, and if you were a dog.
if I was a dog,
Yeah. Would you be a hunter or a gatherer?
I think I would be a hunter if I was a dog.
Would you?
Yeah. Well, at that point,
Or
it
would
would be
you
a
be
wolf.
like the gather dog, but you would help mediate?
Well, there's a lot of topics to talk about with that one,
I don't
and
know,
we
I'm
don't
just
have
thinking
we don't have
about-
that much time to talk about all of those
Actually, yeah,
topics. We're running a little low, but this is the first podcast, not too much time.
Do you want to answer a couple would you rather questions?
Of course.
Or for $1 million, but what do you think?
Yeah, either or. I'm fine with any of those. While he's pulling those up, just a big thank you to Jake for allowing me to be on this podcast with him, and even if we get one like, I will be co-host on this podcast. We may even have other people on here to, kind of be in the middle, and we ask them questions.
Correct. Yeah. I'm gonna try and do this podcast once a week,
Yeah, that sounds good.
and then maybe even more than once a week, or who knows?
Yeah,
And
find out what happens after.
Who knows? I might even. I don't know. I feel like it'd be a little bit too boring for me to do a solo podcast sometimes. I feel like I always need someone. Yeah, like co-host.
Yeah, and that's the same thing with streaming too.
But here I just wanna do a couple. Okay, here's one. Would you rather the aliens that make first contact be robotic or organic?
Organic, for sure.
Yeah, because it's scary either. Cause robotic. I feel like just come in, do the voice. Hello,
Hello,
we are here to kill.
we are here to kill you.
And that's what you would hear if they were a robot. But yeah, organic. Yeah, just flesh. I mean, it'd be kind of cool though. Yeah.
I mean, flesh and whatever they have in their systems, but
Yeah, I'd say organic. That's safer.
yeah, organic would be safer. And organic would be a hell of a lot cooler too. Like,
Yeah, some weird mutant.
yeah, you're thinking about like robotic versus organic. Robotic is just in this day and age right now, it's kind of boring.
Yeah, unless you got like
A new organic
EMP.
life coming in would be amazing.
amazing and scary, but amazing.
Yes, definitely more amazing than scary though.
Here, would you rather lose the ability to read or to speak?
Well, seeing as how I'm dyslexic,
As I was reading that, I was like, oh yeah.
seeing as how I'm dyslexic and I read at like a 9th grade level for a 23-year-old man,
Would you rather just lose that then, right now, fully?
see, that's
Or
a
you couldn't
hard
read
one.
Text.
That's a hard one.
You'd have to call everyone. You couldn't message anyone. You couldn't read any of your chats, messages,
Yeah, see, that is a hard one because, I mean,
or use your phone.
I'm a talker as is.
You couldn't use your phone.
No, you couldn't. So I would
It'd have to be
probably,
all pictures.
I'd probably say speaking. I'd lose. No, you know what? No, I'd lose reading. They have come out with so many speaking spells
That's true.
that it's so easy for somebody. You don't even need to look at the time. I can talk to my Google and say, "What time is it?" or "What does this say?" or like
I don't know, cause I'm.
there's
I
a
love-
million ways for something to tell you back what something said. Losing...
Yeah, and I guess you couldn't use Google if you lost your voice.
Exactly.
We couldn't have this amazing pod. I mean, we could type everything out. You just hear two robots.
Yeah, like...
Welcome to the podcast.
That's what it would sound like.
Let's bump a couple more of these in
All right.
before 7.
Would you rather have a golden voice or a silver tongue?
Silver tongue for sure.
What does that mean? You can like talk your way out of...
Yeah, you're very manipulative. You can talk your way out of anything, or you can talk your way into anything.
I guess I'd rather have a silver tongue if it worked in the way of like it's 100% guarantee every time. But if it wasn't, I feel like that's something I can learn. But like having a golden voice, I think I'd rather have a golden voice.
Yeah.
So I can sing.
So I can sing high like this.
Yes. We're actually gonna make a recording soon, yeah.
Yeah,
Stay tuned.
stay tuned for the next podcast where we put a beat up
Ooh.
and we both freestyle.
Would you rather be covered in fur or scales?
Ooh.
I feel like fur, you would just be extremely hot, and I could just cut all my fur real short. But like scales, it'd be real. Like you'd feel every crack.
Yeah.
It's like imagine if you just fully dried up and all of your skin was like the desert, like hard rock dirt, and you'd feel every.
You feel every movement. You'd
know.
feel everything. Like, I would definitely go with fur. Personally, for me, I would go with fur.
Hairy face. Would you rather be in jail for a year or lose a year off your life? I think I'd rather just.
I'd rather lose a year off my life. The only reason why I'm saying that is because the
I don't know, the mental.
the thing, like, death itself, right? The fact of death, it doesn't scare me, which is why I live my life the way I live my life, right? The fact of death doesn't scare me. The point up to death scares me, right? Like, me being dead and whatever you believe happening to me, and in the afterworld or not in the afterworld, you wake up, you don't wake up again. I'm not afraid of that. I am afraid of prison.
Being locked up.
I am afraid of being locked up.
You get jacked.
Yeah. You get shanked,
But then again, you'd also
get shivved.
maybe develop more mental. I don't
You
know.
develop a lot of mental problems.
So you'd rather, yeah, I think maybe lose the year because I've already lost a year there. Would you rather? Yeah. Would you rather always be 10 minutes late or be 20 minutes early?
I'm always 10 minutes late, so I'd rather be 10 minutes late because that's just, there's no change in my life from that point on.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather be on my time. Would you rather have one real get out of jail free card or key that opens any door? Skeleton key? But then again, okay, get out of jail free card. You go rob a bank, you hide all the money, you go to jail, and then once you're out, then you...
Go and pick up the money.
Exactly.
So, yeah, I would use a get out of jail free card. I would rob as many banks as I physically could. But here's the thing, though. What if you fail the first one?
Well, it's your fault.
It's your fault. I mean, you use the get out of jail free card, but you only get one chance. So, yeah, I'd use the get out of jail free card, make an elaborate scheme, rob the biggest bank I possibly could, hide the money, and...
Like, if I don't know, because, like, the thing is, like, you're going to need that get out of jail free card if you have a key that can open any door, because it's, like, because that's why you would need it, get into places you're not supposed to.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Go to jail, you don't have... I think, I don't know, skeleton, get out of jail free card, just in case. Just have it in my back pocket.
Yeah.
Even if you don't use it, just have it in your...
Yeah, exactly.
Would you rather know the history of every object you touch or be able to talk to animals?
Be able to talk to animals. Immediately.
Yes.
I don't give a shit about objects.
Yeah, what is my water bottle going to tell me?
Yeah, it was made. That's it. I don't give a shit about that.
Sausage party, just like feel all the screams of the
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah, I would definitely not want to be able to do that. But, no, talk to animals for sure. My cat meows. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then he just tells me.
That video of the little dog, it's just like, fuck.
Yeah. Mermy, sit. Speak. Fuck.
Alright, here, one more.
Yep.
Would you rather be able to talk to land animals animals that fly or animals that live. or here, sorry. So yeah, this one's like this. Which type of animal would you rather like, on ground, air, or sea? I think ground for me. But then again, if you're friends with like a bird and you could tell that bird to go places and shit, but then again, it can't talk to anyone else.
I would say land.
Dogs.
Yeah, I would say land. This brings it right back to the thing with my cat. My cat meows. The fuck's wrong with you? And he tells me.
Here, wait, one more, because that one's kind of the same as the last one.
Yeah.
This is the last one. And then we'll end her. Okay, would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green, or never have to stand in line again?
Well, personally, for me as a driver, I don't like being stuck in traffic. But then again,
how's that going to work, though?
just before you get to the light, the other one turns yellow, then red, and then yours turns green.
No, but it's like if you're approaching it. So say I'm approached, like...
Yeah, but it doesn't say a specific distance of approach. Right?
I mean,
it could
if
be
just
anywhere
happened
from
to be
5
that way,
meters
like
to
if-
50 meters.
If I was never going to get into a crash...
Yeah, if I was never going
That'd
to
be
get...
a cool party trick. Hey, watch this. And I put
Yeah.
my hands over my
Yeah,
eyes, drive
the
like
light's
green.
the light's red. They can perfectly see that the light's red. You close your eyes and you just drive right through.
And it goes green.
And
as
it
I
goes
drive.
green
The
as you
cop's
drive.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that'd be sick. That would be a great party trick. But personally, I think waiting in line. I don't want to wait in line,
Well,
especially DMV
with,
and
coronavirus and everything. You're gonna have to wait a lot longer.
you have to
in line
wait.
now.
Yeah, man,
Like,
I went to Walmart to grocery shop.
Get put
I-
off by the line. You're like, ah, fuck this.
Yeah. My fiance wanted to stop at the dollar store. She wanted just to pick up a toilet brush, right?
Mhm.
She's like, "Oh, can we just pick up a toilet brush? I forgot to grab one when we were at Walmart." I'm like, yeah, sure. We
Do you
went
know
to the
what time
dollar
we
store.
Sorry, do you know what time we started?
We started at 6:10, I believe.
Okay.
But she wanted to get a new toilet brush. 6 people on the line at the dollar store. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, we're at 52 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good when you're good.
Well, there's definitely lots more for us to discuss.
There's
Another
tons. We haven't
time.
even scratched the surface of what
No, we have not.
we've done. What further we have to talk about. I would even in the next
Talk
one.
about our day.
Yeah, really. That's really. We talked about what's going on in the last 3 weeks, like
Human stuff.
human stuff, normal everyday
I
human
like that.
human music.
Human podcast. I like that.
Yeah, that's a great sound to
It's
it.
like,
It's calming.
I like that. Yes. Rick and Morty, go check out that show, everyone. It's a great show.
I love it so much.
Get
man.
out of your rock and go watch it.
Yeah. Honestly, if you're put off by people saying, "Oh, it's such a great show," and you just don't want to be another one of those people that are just like, "Oh, okay, I'll watch it because somebody said it was a good show."
Money is a great thing. Oh, I don't want no part of that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's for the end.
That's for the end. Well, this podcast has been brought to you in part by Jake the Human and the Anonymous Monkey.
Yeah. It's a great podcast. Thanks for coming.
Of
I
course.
look forward to more podcasts with you. And the only thing I can say about this podcast is